afternoon, everyone. I'd like to call to order the Glens Falls Board of Public Safety meeting for Wednesday, February 11th. The first item on the agenda is public comment. Is there anyone here from the public who would like to address the board?
I just wanted to introduce myself to the Public Safety Board. I'm the sign maintenance guy for Glens Falls DPW. So a lot of the stuff that you guys enact, I'm the person that gets to put all the signs up.
Oh, good.
If you want my email, need my email or anything, I have an email at my job that if you guys would like, I'm more than willing to give it to you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate. Give me a call, give me an email, and I'll try to answer it the best I can.
Your name?
Edward Bealing.
Ed Field?
Yes.
Nice to meet you, Ed.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for coming in.
Thanks, Ed.
Thank you. Anyone else like to address the board? Okay, seeing no further comment, we'll move on to resolutions and applications. There's items 3.1 to 3.6 are resolutions and applications. Is there anything from that list that anyone would like to pull for discussion? No?
No.
Would anyone like to make a motion to approve resolutions 3.1 to 3.6?
Absolutely.
Second.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, motion's carried. The next item is new business, and I've put a little explanation in your packet, but basically I wanted to ask you to consider forwarding to the Common Council Policy Committee the idea of reevaluating our 2-hour parking limit that we have. I've spoken with the police department, the fire department, DPW, and the school district, and they had no safety concerns about this. None of them did. So I just think it's time for that to be reevaluated, and I'd like the committee to take a look at it. Does anyone have concerns about that?
My concern is there's no mention of time of year. And I get back to the midnight to 4 a.m.
It's not for overnight.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I didn't see that here.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I thought
yeah.
that's what
Yeah.
we're trying to do. I'm not opposed to it, as
Okay.
long as it doesn't bleed over
Uh-huh.
into overnight.
I think that would be a separate discussion if we brought that up at another time, but this is just about the 2-hour parking limit that we have. That's really everywhere in the city, and the police don't really have the resources to even enforce that, so it's not practical to have it. And it would help with a lot of the freeing up more parking availability for people, so
I'm in agreement with the
yeah.
2 hour.
Okay, thank you.
For daytime.
Yeah,
And
Okay.
it applies, they need to clarify the downtown. I read the down,
yeah.
quote unquote downtown.
Right, yeah, I want them to really look at that and make a good decision, because there's various maps out there, but as we know, downtown is developing further than it has been at times, so I want the policy committee to really clarify what do we mean by the downtown corridor, and then I think the 2-hour restriction should remain there, just because the goal there is to have people in and out of, businesses and doing business downtown. But outside of the downtown, there's just no realistic way to enforce it anyway. So, yeah.
Unless a complaint comes in, which is
Yeah,
a miserable neighbor.
Yeah.
yeah.
Wasn't there a committee that sat for like 2 years? Didn't Mary Goodman run a committee?
That was to look at overnight parking, and that did happen, and nothing ever really came out of it. There was an idea to have a pilot program. I think Bob Curtis was brought in to help do that work. That was several years ago. I wasn't on that committee, but the idea that they had at that time was to pick one street in each ward to pilot removing the overnight parking and seeing how that went. But at the end of the day, no proposal came out of that, so.
Yeah. I have no opposition to the
2
extending the 2 hours.
Okay,
Again, I'm going to reemphasize,
yeah,
midnight to 4,
uh-huh,
and especially in the winter time.
uh-huh,
If it bleeds out, we've got to be conscious.
uh-huh,
If people are going to leave their cars in front of their house for the day,
mhm,
you got to get it off the street.
mhm. Yeah,
So, no objection to
Yeah.
extending it to
Okay.
2 hours.
I think it's 2 AM to 6 AM. You can't park right now overnight, right? Yeah. Okay, but that's not what we're talking about, so I appreciate, so does anyone have, would anyone be willing to make a motion to, all that we're saying here is we're forwarding this to the common council for consideration.
I'll make a motion.
Okay.
Forward it to the council.
I'll
Thank
second.
you, thank you. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, great. Does anyone have any old business they wish to discuss? It looks like we have, sorry, we have one thing on here, let's,
I brought this one up
okay,
to the board members. They're familiar with it,
okay.
because I brought it up several times.
Mhm.
A couple of us were on the board then, but it's regarding the J Street intersection at Warren Street.
Okay.
And this is past April 10th of 2024, so we're approaching 2 years.
Okay,
It was my understanding that it was pretty much a slam dunk to get this done, because the no parking from here to the corner is a state law. I did some diagrams that you haven't seen. I'd like you to see, I took some photos that
okay,
I'd like you to see. And that was passed, as I said, on April 10th of 2024.
okay,
It's almost 2 years. A couple more months and it'll be 2 years. And that was just so that the elderly people who are still driving, I talked to a maintenance person,
mhm,
and they tried to put a light, we tried to put a light there
mhm,
a while ago. That was not ever gonna happen.
mhm.
So just in order to do something for the sight lines for our seniors, all I requested and we passed was no parking from here to the corner on Warren at the J Street intersection.
Okay. Do we know if this was ever forwarded to the common council?
I do not know that.
So this wasn't, because it's actually in New York State traffic law, so the city literally can just put a sign out. We don't need to amend a local law, because it's already against vehicle
Okay,
traffic law. So I did speak to Mr. Veely today about it, and I don't know if you wanna address them about your
As soon as weather
plans for
permitting,
signs.
I'll put them up.
okay,
It's within 20, you're not supposed, I believe it's 25
20
feet from the corner. You're not supposed to park state law, but this is the first time that I've heard about the sign, but weather permitting, I'll give them up as soon as I
Yeah,
can.
there's some sort of a gap between April 2024. And thank you so much for being here. This is the board's heard this from the third time.
yeah, well,
It hasn't been done. All I'm trying to do is help the elderly. Just a little bit of a sight line. So, I'm glad you're here. Thank you.
okay. I appreciate your persistence and
Oh,
follow
I'm
up.
persistent.
That's good, and we'll make sure that it happens
I'm
this
two things.
spring.
I'm
yeah.
impatient and I'm persistent. Sometimes they go hand in hand.
It's hard to be persistent when you're impatient.
I've done pretty well.
Yeah.
Pushing 2 years.
You've done a good job, so, so we'll follow through with that. and we'll
Thank you
make
so
sure.
much. I
Okay,
appreciate it. So do
absolutely.
the folks at the towers.
Yes, okay.
Excuse me.
Yes.
I too had a request that was a motion that was passed regarding parking right here on Ridge Street, just south of the entrance to the parking spots,
Mhm.
the parking area here next to City Hall, before the crosswalk, right before the crosswalk,
Okay.
after the driveway and right before the crosswalk.
Mhm.
It was very difficult, and a gentleman came in and asked that we pay attention to that, look at that, which we did, we did.
Mhm.
And it was passed that we would get that parking spot removed. So the parking spot just to the middle of the crosswalk, right here south of the City Hall.
Okay.
And I don't know whatever came of that. I did hear a comment that wouldn't happen, that it would go before the state to get a parking spot removed was ridiculous. It was a safety hazard. There's people that in a wheelchair going through, people crossing, large vehicles parked there. And when you step out, you step right out into traffic.
Okay, and so you're saying this board passed a resolution to remove that, and when was that?
within the past 2 years.
Okay. So since I haven't had a chance to
I will
look at
research
it.
that. No,
Yeah.
certainly, I will research that for you.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you for next
Yeah, you
week.
could,
Yeah.
if you could get close to the date,
Yeah.
you could extract the minutes.
I'll connect.
I'm sure you guys could pull it.
That's all right.
Yeah.
I'll connect. I'll do
Yeah.
that. I'll do that.
Okay.
And I don't know if it would require a local law depending on what the PD would consider the alleyway. Would you think you could consider that a driveway? Or no?
What's that?
The alleyway next to, between, your DT and pharmacy, would you consider that to be a
It was this side of
driveway?
that. It was at this side of that.
I'm just wondering from a local law standpoint, like if we would need,
I don't believe there's room enough to put a vehicle down the alley. I don't think it's in there.
It was this side of it.
okay.
It wasn't that. We weren't out the alleyway.
Yeah, no, that's what I was, because it changes if it needs a local law or not, you know what I mean, so.
I think from my perspective, I'd like to see the resolution,
Yeah, absolutely.
try to figure out why nothing happened, and maybe have our city attorney look at it and figure out what we need to do. Does that work for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
I'll try to have something to report back next.
I'll get with them. I'll get with the clerk's
Okay.
office and provide you that. Thank you.
Sure, sounds good. Does anyone else have any old, or, we're on new business, right? Or are we on old business?
We're on old
business. Anyone have old or new business at this point? We did new business. Anyone have old business otherwise? Okay, so then we'll move on to safety reports. So, Chief Smith?
Good evening, everyone.
Good evening, Chief.
So my report consists of, on January 12th, we had 3 assessors here from DCJS doing our accreditation assessment. They were here for 3 days. We successfully passed our accreditation. That'll be good for another 5 years. And we'll have a ceremony in March when we're done at Albany, where they present all the agencies that have been re-accredited or new agencies that have been accredited. So I want to thank, my membership, for everyone that worked very hard over those 3 days. And it's not just those 3 days, it's a 5-year, kind of plan that we have to do just to stay up with, all the policies, so.
Nice work, Chief.
It wasn't me.
Well done. Well done.
Our annual report will be out next month. We're still putting all that data together. So we'll have that for you next month. Under whole business, we completed our backgrounds on the 2 recruits, and they started the academy February 6th last year. And as to date, they're still in it, so we're still there. It's a success. 4 days. In addition to, on February 4th, last week, I officially gave my notice to the mayor that I'm officially retiring from North Falls Police Department. My last day will be on or around May 5th. No, I'm sorry, May 1st. It's been a pleasure and an honor to serve the city and this police department. And it's just time for me to move on with the next chapter of my life.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Congratulations. It's been my pleasure to help you and Chief Motor out in any way that we could.
Absolutely.
You come through for us.
You guys have been great to work with, and I appreciate that as well.
I want to say congratulations, but I'm very sad. I'm very sad. Congratulations on your retirement, your years here. But I'm deeply, I'm going to say disappointed. I want to say.
I appreciate you getting us set up for your replacement too.
You will be in great hands. I can assure you that.
That's very important that all that occurs ahead of time.
Yes, and I know that's been a priority for you to make sure that there was succession planning and training, and I think that's great. So, thank you.
Well,
Yeah. Any
Motion to approve.
Do I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
thank you very much.
Thank you. Motion carries. Okay, Acting Fire Chief Motor is not with us because he is at training, but he did submit a report. It's on page 53 of your packet. Does anyone have any questions or comments about his report? I don't know that I can answer everything, but. Or, no. Okay, would anyone like to make a motion to accept Chief Motor's written report?
I'll move that.
Okay. All in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Okay, thank you. Let's see. At this time, I would ask for a motion to go into executive session to discuss matters leading to the appointment, promotion of certain persons, or matters concerning employee discipline, suspension, or dismissal. Would anyone be willing to make a motion? We did new business. Yeah.
Yeah, you did.
The new business was the parking, the 2-hour parking. I put that under new business because I was bringing it up for the first time. Yeah.
Sorry.
No, that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I apologize.
that's okay.